So, Debbie Sementelli here, and I am demonstrating how I create a piece of lettering within a shape. And so I'm just showing you how I start with a pencil, and I've actually just got notebook paper here. So a pencil and notebook paper is all that you need to start figuring this out. Now, of course, I kind of made my shape, which is kind of a little bit circular, but has a little bit oblong to it because I needed to go a little bit further down to capture everything. And I'm going with a pencil, and I'm just, as I'm doing this, I'm just like trying to figure out where things might fit within that shape. And I can come in and add little decoration so that I can fill in some of the spaces like I did there that might make it fill out the circle more. And all of this is just a work in progress, so you can change any of it at any time. But it gives me a start before I ever start working with a brush or marker, whatever I'm going to use. Okay, I'm going to kind of leave that for now. But I want to put the word lettering in here and then see how the Q fits in with that. There's one thing I was hoping to do is to cross this T and possibly the other T. Let's see. I might bring that up a little bit. Bring this up. Okay. So you're always making different decisions as you go along. Okay, I think that worked well. It reads like a Q, and it also crosses these T's. I'm always looking for opportunities like that for letters to play together. And I do like to sometimes intertwine loops as long as it reads well. That could be bothering my eye. So I'm going to adjust the L. Let's move it closer here. And I'm also going to make an adjustment on this G. So this is, again, the great thing about working first with a pencil. And I do notice a lot of beginners who get frustrated and they feel like they can't make it look good. But what I can tell just from seeing what they've done is they haven't tried to lay it out first in pencil. They're going at it, head on with a marker or a brush, typically a marker, and that is one of the biggest mistakes that I notice beginners doing. So if you get anything else or nothing else from this, just know that doing a pencil layout, working in pencil first, it just sets you up for success, because now I know that this is all fitting, it's all working. I don't have to guess as I'm trying to letter. And we've got 1, 2, 3 there. So I kind of want something here, but I'm kind of going by the design method of using odd numbers. So if I put one here, that's not going to work with that. So I think what I'll do is I will make this T fill out that space there. Okay, and I can even move this over a little bit more. Okay, so as I look over this, I'm noticing I wanted to do the word create much larger, which worked well. I think I need to, something's not flowing here with the word unique, just the lettering itself. So I'm going to give myself some guidelines to follow. This is another thing that I find can help. Like this. Still want to keep that there. Okay. Get rid of this so you can get a better sense of if this is working. That's looking better. I still want to, I think I want to go a little bit larger. So, and yes, you see how much time this takes. So I wish I could do a video in 5 minutes and show you everything. Of course, I could speed this up. But the reality is that as much as it might look really fast when people do speed it up on Instagram, sometimes it takes a while to get just the right composition and the letters working. That's looking better to me now. So I'm liking all of this. So the next step is not the final. The next step is again to work with the pencil, but I'm going to refine it more with tracing paper. So what I'm going to do is just give myself a really clean base to work from, so that when I start to work with a brush or marker, that it's very clear. And taking this time to do all of this is what makes the difference. When you see lettering that just flows really well and it looks balanced, you know that someone has taken the time to do all of this ahead of time, to do this kind of layout. I'm going to bring that into that Y. Bring this down because I've got a lot of, and even now I'm changing this ever so slightly. So I made a different change here because there was too many straight similar lines. So I brought this down a little bit lower. And that visually makes it read better. I'm even kind of going up in size here, from smaller to larger just slightly. And these are all the little things that you think about when you're working in advance like this, when you're creating the layout. So nothing is to chance. And when I finally do the lettering, I don't have to think about all of these things. all I have to think about is making the brush do what I want it to do, or the brush marker. And I'm even turning the page slightly, because as I teach in my class on Skillshare, you have more control over your tool when the stroke is coming into your body. So sometimes moving the paper allows that to happen. Okay, something else that I want to do, I feel like I want to put a little bit more negative space in here. So I'm moving paper up. Okay. And again, this is why it's another good reason to do the tracing paper, because you can start to see things that maybe you didn't see before, and you can make adjustments. Okay. So that's really looking like it's working well to me. So next I will work with my marker.